Hi, hello everyone. My name is Ren. I build and deliver MVPs in under 72 hours. I've been doing this for the past month or so, and over the past month, I've helped over 15 plus aspiring founders and current founders of small to medium businesses, including digital marketing agencies, sales agencies, and student founders. So I've been doing this roommate series where I observe my roommate and figure out what kind of applications I could build for him to become a better person, just maximize his potential in general. And last time I've built him healthy recipes where it generates him a healthy recipe considering his dietary preferences, allergies, health data, and everything. And in this video, I'm gonna make an application where he can practice his texting skills with an AI chatbot so that he can get his first girlfriend before he hits 20 years old in less than a month. So if you're curious on how I deliver MVPs in under 72 hours, I hope you enjoy the video, and yeah, let's just dive right in. In this video, I'm gonna walk you through step by step on how to make a web application from scratch. And I'm gonna walk you through all the steps. So I'm gonna be recording the entire process of how I'm gonna build this application. And the main three no-coding platforms that I'm gonna use are Lovable and Cursor. And in order to connect the two platforms, I'm gonna use GitHub. This is probably like the simplest way to vibe code. So yeah, let's just dive right in. So the first thing you want to do when building an application, whether it's on a coding platform or a non-coding platform, you want to have an overall design of how you want the web application to look like. So I'm just going to show you how I usually prepare myself before actually building the MVP. So here's my Notion, the Notion page on this Lovable application, on this application that I want to build. Riz Coach is the name I chose. So here's a brief overview: the application name, one-liner, which is the slogan, target audience, and then the overall tone and the vibe I want to set for my application. So after the overview, you want to figure out what do you want for navigation. For this application, I chose a simple 4-tab bottom navigation bar consisting of home, simulator, challenges, toolbox, and profile. And after clarifying your navigation, you want to break each one of them and be not too specific, but specific enough so that the prompts you give to the no-coding platforms are going to be specific enough for the platform to give an output that you actually want your MVP to look like. Because when using no-coding platforms, your prompt is everything, right? I'm going to talk this more while I build the application, but even though it's a no-coding platform and it's heavily reliant on the prompts that you're going to be using, minimum coding skills are needed in order to fix the bugs, initiate deployment, and just simple things. But the amount of coding skills that are necessary for you to build an application, a website, or a platform on a non-coding platform is way less than compared to requires less coding skills if you wanted to build the same level, the same quality of application on a coding platform, and it's way faster. Okay, let's just dive right in. So yeah, I'm just gonna show you how I've prepared or designed each of the pages. So for the home page, I've divided into header section, the buttons I wanted to display, the design notes, the risk quiz page, structure, dummy questions, because you want to have some kind of dummy data installed to the non-coding platform, because you can't just ask a no-coding platform such as Cursor or Lovable to spit out an output randomly, because that doesn't work, right? So you would need some kind of demo data installed into the platform before you proceed with making applications where some sort of data is necessary. So after the dummy questions example, I have the results page, then the design notes again. In terms of the conversation simulator, the top section, middle section, response section, dummy data, design notes. In terms of now the daily challenges, header, challenges, functionality, and design notes. Fifth, Riz toolbox, tabs, pickup line generator, text fixer, what did she mean section, design notes. 6, profile page, profile section, design notes. And yeah, database for so I'm not too sure if I want to store like a database scheme on my platform, because then that would mean that connect Superbase into this no coding platform application process, but that might be a bit complicated for those of you who are just starting to vibe code. So I might not end up using this. And in terms of design system, I've specifically chosen some colors so that it would be easier for the no-coding platform to figure out what kind of color I want specifically. For example, you could say I want a website that looks blue, but there's so many versions of the color blue, right? Because in your mind, you might be thinking dark blue when the AI might think light blue. So you want to be specific on the types of prompt, on regarding the content or the context or even the UI UX, and then some final notes. So like I said before, when you want to build a web application on a no-coding platform, it's really important that your prompts are as detailed as possible. And if you go onto Lovable's official website, you can see how you're supposed to give a prompt. Let me just show you guys. Lovable prompt instructions. So yeah, literally Lovable, which is the no coding platform we're gonna use, they've got an official website where they tell you how you're supposed to prompt and how the AI prompt generating system works. So if you literally spend 30 minutes on this website learning how the AI system works, your prompts are going to be in a much better quality, and therefore the output that Lovable is going to give you is going to be so much more better, right? Okay, so I am just gonna copy and paste all of this into Lovable. Let me just check my prompt. Red, blue to light, purple. Not too sure if I want to include the data scheme, but we'll just keep it there. So let's see what Lovable can do for us. Spinning up preview. So this might take a while depending on how long your prompt is and how complicated you want your application to be. It might take a bit of time on spinning out the preview. So those of you who have not used Lovable at all, this is a no-coding platform where you can just give a prompt here and then the AI literally spits out a live preview of a website, a platform, or an application you're trying to build. You'll see in a minute. And here are the features you can integrate. Supabase is a platform you can use in order to store your customers' data, so mainly back end. And GitHub is a way to collaborate and also is an important platform for Vibe coders because it's where you integrate all the other no coding platforms. And here you can invite people to join Lovable, and here's where you publish, you deploy onto the domain. Okay, let's wait for the spinning up preview. Okay, so it took about like 5 to 10 minutes for Lovable to generate a preview, and right off the bat, there's an error. Okay, so it says the app encountered an error. How do I move this? Oh, perfect. Wait, okay. Need to save user data, quiz results, conversion histories, challenges, and profile information, connect with others. Okay, so you see the problem here is what I was talking beforehand. So if we want to store customer data, we would have to use a platform for the no coding platform, which is Lovable in this case, to store user data into somewhere. And the simplest way is to connect Supabase. But because we're going to transfer this data on Lovable to Cursor, it might be a bit complicated. It might seem a bit complicated at first. So what I'm going to do is so yeah, whenever it spits these kind of errors, and you can click why the build was unsuccessful. And if you think that it's not really big of a deal, you can proceed it by just pressing fix. But here's when you kind of need the basic coding skills for you to decide whether or not you want to fix this by yourself or not. Again, build is unsuccessful. So if you press try to fix once and it's still showing error, and the build is still unsuccessful, it usually means that there's something wrong with the prompt or the way you code it, or something wrong with the code deeply. So what I usually do at this stage, just because I've only prompted once, I'm gonna go back to my prompt and restore this version. Boom. New prompt. Boom! As soon as I removed the user data storing system, the error was fixed. So now we know that my hypothesis on why the error was happening was right. So here, if you click this arrow, it's going to give you a preview of what the website looks like. Welcome to Risk Coach, take the quiz, train with AI, complete challenges, win hearts. So when you first get the preview, the first thing you want to do is click every single button that is on this website, test out functionality, test what's working, what's not working, so that you can modify and implement changes so that the application is exactly what you want it to be. Okay, let's press start the risk quiz. How do you usually start a conversation? Hey, what's up? So you like music? Send meme first. Overthink and never message. Okay, I'm gonna go with hey, what's up? Next question. What's your texting style? Short and dry, voice notes all day. Sarcastic flirty, I use AI. I'm actually a pretty sarcastic person. Your crush leaves you on red. What do you do? Double text immediately, wait, then send something cool, give up forever, ask my friends what to do. I would usually give up, but not forever. I would not double text. Ask my friends what to do. I usually don't tell my friends if I'm talking to someone. So, yeah, I guess give up forever. Pick your best conversation strength. I'm really funny. I'm a good listener. I know I ran a lot of random facts. I'm mysterious. I'm not mysterious. I'm not that funny. I don't know random facts. So I guess I'm a good listener. Out of the 4 options I have, what's your biggest texting weakness? I overthink everything. I get boring fast. I comment too strong. I use too many emojis. I don't use emojis at all. I comment too strong. I get boring fast. I do overthink a lot about my texts. So let's see the results. The clown. You make them laugh so hard they might just fall for you. Okay, so I've earned 10 points. Try the simulator now. Start chatting with shy girl. Tips: try different conversation starters. Pay attention to feedback. Try message. Hey, send. I don't know what to say. Haha. Okay, this is actually kind of like. Okay, why am I nervous right now? It's literally an AI. I'm talking to an AI girl. Okay, what do I say, guys? What do I say? I don't know what to say. Haha. Nice to meet you. Okay, wait. I'm just gonna move myself here. I've never talked about that with anyone before. Okay, so here now you're getting how the AI chatting system is not really working because I said nice to meet you and the girl said I've never talked about that with anyone else. I'm just gonna say random things, see if it works. That's nice, I guess. Smooth operator. Okay, so obviously this chatting system is not working, but one thing that you want to consider when building applications on no coding platforms is how you want. Okay, so now we know that this chatting simulator thing is not working. So we got a few options: shy girl, bold girl, funny girl. What's funny girl? Hey, you're killing me. Okay, bold girl. Hey. Oh please, you can do better than that. Oh okay. So let's go back to home. Try the conversation simulator. That was that. Open the risk toolbox. Oh, pickup lines, text fixer. What did she mean? Pickup lines. Generate pickup line. I'm not a photographer, but I can picture us together. Oh, okay. Generate pickup line. Are you French? Because it feel for you. Damn. Okay. Generate another one. Do you have a map? I keep getting lost in your eyes. Ooh, I actually might start using this application. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, I'm having too much fun with this app. One more pickup line. I'm not. Oh, okay. So now we know that it's. Oh, are you made of? I thought it was repeating the same 3 pickup lines on repeat, but I guess it's randomized. Are you made of copper and telluride? Ooh. Okay, so is your name Google because you have everything I've been searching for? Damn. Okay, let's just go to the next one. So we know that when generating. So now we kind of know that when we press generate pickup line, it does generate a pickup line, but sometimes it's repetitive. It spits out the same pickup line. So these are the things you want to realize when testing your preview. What things are going wrong, what you want to fix, so that you can fix everything. Text fixer. Hey, make it better. Working magic. Hey there, notice. Oh, okay. What is your favorite color? Hey there, I thought you were trying to see. Okay, so now we know that this make it better button is not also working because the text I wanted to be better was what is your favorite color, and clearly this is not a reflective of what I wrote. What did she mean? I don't think you're attractive at all. What does it mean? Translation, I'm not really sure what they mean. Maybe they're just being polite. Okay, so this is also clearly not working. So these are all demo data, so obviously it's not working. Let's view my profile. Oops, page not found. Okay. So this view my profile thing is not working, obviously, because we removed the user data storing system, and therefore it doesn't store customer data. So we want to remove this feature as well. So now that we know what's wrong and what are the key features on this, we want to move this application from Lovable to Cursor, and I'm going to show you step by step on how to do this. So first, you want to connect this to GitHub. Project. So I already have my organization, which I use to connect Lovable and Cursor AI applications. But if it's your first time using GitHub, you would have to make a new account on GitHub and connect it to Lovable, which is a simple step because it's just going to show you. You just have to put in your login details, password, and yeah, it should be simple. Now that it's connected to GitHub, we want to go to cursor. When you open cursor, it's going to show like this. You might not have these recent projects because if you haven't done anything on cursor, nothing's going to pop up, obviously. So what you want to press is clone repo, clone from GitHub, repository name, RizGameOn, because that's what it's called. Yeah, here you can see. So yeah, it's called RizGameOn, and select as repository destination, open. So the first thing you want to do when you first open cursor is for it to copy and paste the preview for what we've created on Lovable, which is the preview that we saw beforehand. So we want to install all the packages that are necessary. So you're just going to type npm space install I, which stands for install. This agent AI form, when you're prompting Cursor AI to do something, it's going to ask for permission whether or not to pursue with certain actions. For example, right now I told Cursor AI to install all the packages that are necessary for this project, and now it's asking me if I want to run this decision, which means installing the packages or not. So if I press run, Cursor AI is going to automatically download all the packages that are necessary instead of me having to install them all manually. So here you can see 398 packages were added to your project. So now that Cursor AI has replied to our prompt, you want to read it carefully on what it says, and it looks like they were successfully installed. But there's a few things to know, but these are small things that we shouldn't care at this stage. And we want a live preview of this website, so we just type in npm run dev and then run it. Then it's going to give you local link and network link. And first you want to press local, local, follow link, local, copy, paste, boom, localhost. So what this essentially means, when you open on the local network, it means that you can only open on your device. So right now I'm using MacBook, so I can only preview this website on my computer. So if anyone else tried to access it, for example, even my own iPhone or someone else's iPad, iPhone, MacBook, Android, Windows, any other devices wouldn't be able to open my website at this stage before deploying it. So now from here we're going to implement changes that we want to make. The first thing we wanted to do was to remove this view my profile feature. And like I said, cursor. So like I said before, here they're waiting for my decision, accept to delete the profile. Okay, so sometimes it's going to show errors like this when building the application, but for now it shouldn't be a major problem if it's not causing any major troubles on preview. But as you build on more features and integrate other softwares to Cursor AI, you want to be careful on all these small problems as well. Okay, so it looks like the changes are already made. Now let's go to our preview mode, refresh the page so this usually means that it says localhost refused to connect, which means in this case what we want to do is simply run dev again. So it shows on our local preview. Let's see if it's, yeah, there we go. So now you can see that the view profile feature is gone and the profile thing is gone. Now the next thing we want to check is the risk quiz. The risk quiz is alright, right? Risk quiz. Okay, one thing that I realized with the risk quiz is that if I select the second option and go to next question, it already selects on the next stage. Oh, this one didn't. This one didn't. This one did. Okay. So So yeah, what I just did is type npm run dev on terminal instead of the chat system, because at this stage when you're trying to implement a lot of things and trying to change a lot of things, you're going to want to see the changes that are made on the preview site quite often. So you want to have the npm run dev system to be going at all times. So instead of having to type in npm run dev every single time you make a change on the chat system, you want to have it running at all times. That's why you want to have npm run dev running at all times at terminal. Prompt. Let's see if the fixes are made. Refresh, take the risk quiz. Not pre-selected. Not pre-selected. Not pre-selected. Not pre-selected. Let's go. Okay, so sometimes even though you prompt the same thing twice about the same problem, it might still not fix the problem, and that's when you have to go into a different kind of prompting. The way you prompt has to be different, and that's just something that you have to practice a lot on these no vibe coding platforms. And also that's when you need to kind of know a bit of background knowledge on coding, so that you can kind of see like what's going on, what the problem is, so that you can prompt it in a way that that is easier for Cursor AI to fix the problem for you. Now, the biggest problem, the conversation simulator. Hi, sorry everyone, the video cut off because my computer died, and this is where we left off last time. Yes, so we ended up where Cursor AI was asking for our ChatGPT OpenAI key. This is a premium feature for those OpenAI users. I believe you don't get the API key to integrate with other platforms unless you are subscribed to OpenAI. But yeah, it's definitely worth the investment, trust me. So yeah, if you've got the subscription for OpenAI, chuck it in. If you don't, then I mean, it will be the best $20 that you'll ever invest in. So yeah, so I've just copy and pasted my prompt that contains my API key for OpenAI. So whenever you open it and it's completely brand, you want to inspect it and find out the issue. So yeah, I've just copy and pasted the prompt to fix the debug for me because the preview page was completely blank. And it's doing the fixing for me. So now we can see that it's taking a while for Cursor AI to fix this bug. So now we're gonna find out what the issue is so that we can streamline this process. And it is still blank.
No, put it in. Hi! I'm his roommate that he's making all these apps for, and he's gonna give 90% of his wealth to.
You know what this new app is for, Mohan?
Oh, you're making another one?
Yes.
Wait, you have too much time on your hands.
You know what the new app is for, Mohan?
What?
So you see, I saw you and I was like, okay, why doesn't my roommate...
Wait, let me guess. It's gonna be one of 4 things. Food you already made. Right? I said I want to create my own like startup and whatever, but don't have time. You made another one for that. Now it's either gonna be love, right? Or what else do you not like? Do you want to like change up about me? Or sleep? Sleep is your new idea because you didn't think of that. No. It's love, isn't it?
It's love.
I know it.
I was like, so basically, guys, I was just looking at my roommate and I was like,
Right.
so basically, my roommate,
Your roommate. What about
he's never had a girlfriend. And I was like...
You don't want to help me like that.
So I was like, okay, so what's the issue here, you know? And then I was like texting with my roommate one day because I was away and I was texting him and I was like, okay, his like texting skills are horrible.
The way I talk to my roommate and the way I talk to women are completely different.
So then I was like, okay, what if there was
One
an app?
second. You know what he says to him? I don't know why we're looking at the camera. You're gonna use it. Okay.
Knows how many... Hey guys, after God knows how many hours it's taking me to debug this entire process of trying to implement OpenAI as a backend for this web application, we've finally done it. The UI UX is messed up. Let's see if the conversation simulator actually works. Hey, oh, okay, I'm just gonna move myself. Hey, hi, how are you? I'm good, thank you. How about you? Okay, so now, because we've implemented OpenAI as the backend, the conversations are making sense. The shy girl, the AI girl, is actually replying to what I'm asking, right? So let's say if I went to a boat girl and be like, what are you doing tomorrow? All just planning on taking over the world with my awareness. What about you, handsome guy? See, so now it's actually working. It's actually giving us replies according to what we text them. So, chat with a funny girl. What have you been up to? No, just okay, so it works. I am glad it works. Let's see if the other functions are working. There we go. Back to home. Generate pickup line. Text fix. What are you doing right now? Oh, okay, so it's actually fixing. Maybe. What? Okay, so this is actually not working. Okay, so this doesn't work. Riz toolbox doesn't work, so I'm gonna try to fix this issue so that the backend for this is also OpenAI, so that whenever we put in the text fixer function or the what did she mean function, it actually gives us replies that are reflective of what we say. Hi guys, so after debugging the issue of the text fixer and what did she mean not really replying or being not being reflective of what we're saying, now it's being fixed, so it actually so it actually spits out an output that is relevant. For example, here I said, what is your favorite color? It's saying, hey, what's your go-to color? Here I said, what did she mean? For what did she mean, I said, I don't like football, and then it says, the tone of the message, blah, 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 blah. So it's working. So this risk quiz works. Go back, simulator works. How are you this funny? Yep, it works. Toolbox, pickup line generator. So for this pickup line generator, I think I want to make it so that it just doesn't completely randomize a pickup line. Whereas if the users could type in a word that they want to use for their pickup line, and if it could spit out a pickup line for that person, that would be a much better user experience. That's just my thought, so I'm just going to implement that. Alright, so now the UI UX. Alright, so now the UI UX has been fixed perfectly. So now let's try and deploy this to an actual website. And for this, I'm going to use Versal. And we want to push all the changes to GitHub, and we want to push all the changes to GitHub. And there's a specific prompt that I always use to update the latest changes that we made on Cursor to GitHub, which I'm going to show you. Here's the exact prompt. Open the terminal inside blah, 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 blah. So you can actually pause this video and copy and paste it by screenshotting into ChatGPT and saying, type this out for me. But instead, if you shoot me a DM, comment on this, just reach out to me and I'll send you, copy and paste you the text, so you guys can just use this whenever you want to push the latest changes to Versal. So now that all the changes are pushed to GitHub, now we're going to go to GitHub. And you can see now that everything has been updated here. So I want to create a new project on Versal, which is connected to my GitHub. So I can just press Riz game on import, Riz, deploy, Riz, deploy. So yeah, there we go. It is completely, so we've made an application from scratch. It was a long way, but we did it. Congratulations to everyone who's made it this far. your web application might look completely different to mine's, and depending on what kind of integrations you've done or changes you made on UI UX. I can't wait to see what you guys have built, and see you on the next video. Hey guys, I just realized that I never showed you guys what the risk coach application looks like in the end, so I'm just gonna do that. So if we press on take the risk quiz, it's gonna be the 5 questions. Pretty simple. Then you get the result, and if we go back home and try the conversation simulator, this should work. What did you do today? So we're talking to a shy girl. Just sat at home and read a book. What about you? Played football. That sounds fun. Do you enjoy playing football? Let's see if it works for the other type of girls. What did you do today? Sounds exciting. So yeah, it works. This also works, and the funny girl should also work. What have you been up to? Yeah, it works. It works perfectly. Back. Let's see if the risk toolbox works. I want to use the word computer. Generate a pickup line. Are you a computer? Because you've just crashed into my life and now I can stop thinking about you. So it works. Text fixer. Hey, how was your day? Hey there, spill the tea, how was your day? Okay, so it actually kind of works. What did she mean? I don't think you're my type. Interpret. The tone of the message, I don't think your type can be perceived as straightforward and direct, blah, 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 blah. So it works. All the functionality works. So yeah, that's how the risk coach application ended up being. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And hopefully I'll see you on the next one.